when I was at
Yeah.
Google for a little while,
Yeah.
as a contractor, they're like the team I was on, they were so meticulous about communication, about like how they said stuff, that it like messed me up. Like after I left
Really?
them, I was scared to
How
write
how
any
so?
email.
Wait,
Uh,
how did it mess you up though? I'm just wondering.
because well, when I was there, they like super micromanaged me for one,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
every time I wrote anything, like they were like, "Oh, write this document for us." I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay." So I wrote it up, and they would like scrutinize every word, and they go through every sentence and be like, "Why'd you use this word, this word, this word?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. Like this
Like
is
like selection of words or phrases, things like that.
selection of words," and then yeah, like it's just everything. They just like questioned everything. And
You're a
so
contractor. They have to question you.
I know, but like there's some things you don't need to question, right?
I
Like
know. I know.
why do you
It
have to
probably got
question?
annoying.
Yeah, it definitely did, and it also like got me paranoid of like everything I wrote.
Oh,
Um,
so you start second guessing yourself.
so I started, yeah, I definitely second guessed everything, and then I went back to Lending Club where I knew everybody, and I was like, they're like, oh yeah, write this email up and send it over, and then I would write it up, I would read it 4 times, I would send it to my manager to like check it before I send it, like it was like that type of like my confidence was shot. Like that's what it was. Like I was like didn't know if I was writing the right thing or not. And
I,
that messed me up for a
I
while.
feel the same way after my recent project. I'm like, wow, I'm questioning my credibility sometimes. I'm like, I need to, because I I had a manager where it's kind of like had to like, hey, let's answer this together with the client. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll share my screen with you. Let's write the email together. And I was like, okay, I guess you have a certain way to specifically tell the client certain things. I guess
Yeah.
maybe perhaps. And I realized I thought it was the beginning of the project, but no, it was the whole entire project was like that. I was like, I guess the way he wants to convey, he wants to
Hmm.
be more detailed, more meticulous, things like that.
Yeah.
And listen, I get it. He's trying to help me out to build my credibility in a sense too.
Yeah.
But at first, but then I'm like, okay, this is happening throughout the project. I'm like, okay.
Hmm.
And it was only certain selective things. It wasn't like every time it's a single email that I had to write the client, but it was like a very important stuff. I'm like, okay, I can write this, though, right? And then every time I did something, he corrected it a little bit, or he put in different structure. Let's say that I had it in bullets. He put it in, number system, whatever it is. Like I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, I'm not gonna argue with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
and obviously you're gonna do whatever you gotta do. So I don't know. It's that make that exactly the same way you felt.
Makes you second guess
And
yourself.
guess everything,
Everything you
and
do.
and that part of it is like because I'm already like in the mode of trying to improve myself already more. But I'm like, shit, am I not improving at all? I'm thinking, I'm thinking 5 steps backward now.
You're second guessing your own
Improvement.
improvement. Wow, yeah. No, because I
Yeah.
used to be just like, oh, I'll write whatever. Like, I'll just write it and send it,
Yeah.
and then, like, and I know that it's like in my head, I know it's right, right? Like, so why am I second guessing it? And now,
Yeah.
and then after that, I was like, oh, I second guessed everything. My boss was like, why are you sending this to me? You know this, like, what? Like, you know this is right. Why are you sending this? And why haven't you sent it yet? And I was like, oh, I was just making sure. It was just bad. It was like I don't know, and like I don't know, it's to build up your confidence again. It's crazy.